Hello, good afternoon, everyone again. Welcome to Shopee Code League 2020, the training session organized by Shopee and training partner DataTH. Today's session we're gonna conduct in English. So if you have any questions and you want to ask our trainers, feel free to use the Q&A function. We the trainers and working team will try to. Okay, I think our trainers has already ready to start. I would like to welcome Perth from DataTH and Boy from Big Data Thailand. Welcome, Perth.
Hi, thank you so much, Off and you, for organizing this session. So let's start it. And thank you everyone for coming as well. So we have like a lot of around 300 people joining. So thank you for coming. So today we will talk about how can you become data engineer in 2021. And actually, I was gonna focus on just data engineer, but then, so I have my friend here who is Boy. So we will introduce him shortly. So he is my friend who is working in data science field. So I was thinking that if we want to make this session more useful, then we want to talk more about data science field as a whole. So so that's why I brought him in, and then we will talk about like everything data basically. So feel free to ask your question in Q&A function about anything data science related. So could be anything. And so if you have any questions, then we will be answering at the end of this session. So around after an hour. And so someone asked if you can Q&A, if you can write Q&A in Thai. Yeah, definitely. We will just like speak in English if that's okay. But but feel free to ask in Thai if you prefer. And another question from Rayan, which is, will this workshop be recorded? So we are not intended to record this session at the moment. So let's get started on our session. So everyone can see my screen. Good, cool. All right, then so let's talk about who are we first. Then so my name is Perth. I am senior data engineer and consultant in Melbourne, Australia, and I did study in Master of Data Science from Monash. And at the moment, I'm interested to share the knowledge in data science. That's why I wrote a lot of blogs and made a lot of videos on YouTube. And also, I partner with another friend who is like machine learning engineer to build a data science data engineering course last year. And I'm running the page called DataTH.com in Facebook. I will just hand it to Boy to introduce himself.
Okay, thank you ครับ my friend Perth นะครับ Okay, good afternoon everyone ครับ my name is Boy. You can call me Boy นะครับ currently I'm senior data scientist at FreshGet, and actually I'm graduate from the undergraduate from Kasetsart University in the biotechnology field. So after that I become to digital marketer and then turn myself to data scientist. So in this case I can talk about how to become a data scientist, or everyone would like to be as a data science in this role. So I can suggest or give you just a short brief of how to transform yourself to be as a data science field and to be a data scientist. Okay, and everyone can follow us from Facebook page, Perth at DataTH, and for me, Big Data RPG. So thank you, and go on.
Awesome. So that's everything about us that we will. So let's start it. So what are we going to talk about today, Boy?
Okay, today we would like to introduce about what exactly of the data science different roles in data science team, hard skill versus soft skill in the data science job. Not only, I think it's not only just the data science field, every data job or data role field. Example of data science projects and Q&A session for the data.
Yeah, so well, before we begin on like the what roles and what kind of hard skill and soft skill you need to know for data science work, then yeah, let's talk about why do we actually need data science first. Then because, well, the first reason is because the data is huge. And by huge, I mean, so in 2010, so this one is from the research from the emc.com. So in 2010, there are 1.2 trillion gigabyte of data available. That is like 1,200 and then a lot of zero at the end GB. But yeah, but in after 10 years in 2020, then we gain a lot of data. We gain a lot of data from 1.2 to 40 trillion gigabytes. So now we have a lot more so it's about like 3,300% growth. Yeah, so that means there are a lot of data available for you and for everyone to use. And the second reason why we need this is because the data is growing every minute. So this one is based on the stat by domo.com. So in every 1 minute that, for example, if we just watch this session and it just passed 1 minute, so there are 4.3 million people watching YouTube videos. There are 3.8 million people search on Google, and there are 470 tweets on Twitter, and 750 songs play on YouTube, Spotify, sorry. And yeah, last but not least, we have like 1,300 rides on Uber. So yeah, so you can see that a lot of everything is like data, and then the data keep growing every minute that pass by. So yeah, so that's why we want to talk about, we work in data science field. So data science is basically an art and science of finding value in data. So by art, I mean that it's not just the process of finding the value in data, but it's also about how can you talk to people and communicate so that you can get the data that you want. So that's why it's like art and science. All right, so let's talk about what's inside data science. So data science for me is very similar to cooking food. And now we'll just talk about like how the chef cook food just for a moment before we go into like the inside the data science. So first, if anyone want to cook the food, then you have to find the ingredient first, right? So the first step would be to go to the supermarket or go to the market and buy the ingredients that you want. And then the second step would be to prepare the ingredient. So you will be start looking into how do you, for example, you buy the fish, then which part of the fish that you want to use, and then you just store that part in the fridge. So that's the step. And then the next step is cooking. So after you find the ingredients, then you want to start cooking, right? So you take the ingredients that you store in the fridge and then you start cooking. And after that, then after you finish cooking, then you start decorating the food plate to make it look good, and then you serve the food. So that's the step of for the chef to cook food. But for data science, it's very, very similar. So I would like to introduce you to the thing called data value chain, which is basically how you get the value from data. And value in data means is based on the value of decision made by data. So we start with data discovery. We collect the data first from the place that we call data source, which is the place that we can get the data. And then we start preparing the data into the shape that anyone can use. For example, maybe I will just get a lot of like 1,000 Excel sheet and then try to clean it into one data. And then I organize it into the space that already allocate. For example, if you work in software engineering field, then you may know like the thing called like database or data warehouse. So we store the data in that place. So well, yeah, you just think about it's like the folder that you store some things in. And then the next step after data discovery is the data exploration. So after we organize the data, then we can pick the data and then start to analyze it. After we analyze and then we find something valuable inside the data, then we visualize it. So for example, we can create a graph, we can create like the summary, the report dashboard, just to show that here that there's something in the data that we can get from looking into it. And then after that, you present to someone higher up, for example, like the business, and then yeah, and then you make it, and then someone from the business team make a decision based on it. So that's basically the step of getting the value from data. So you can see that it's very similar to how we cook the food, right? Yeah, and so I guess the next question from what you see, like the 6th step just before, is like, can you actually do the end-to-end data science by yourself? Well, the answer is like, you can definitely try. I mean, if you want to do everything by yourself, then you're gonna become like kind of unicorn person that can do everything. But if that's what you want, then yeah, go for it. But I mean, data science field is huge, so there are a lot of things to learn. So if you want to focus on one field, then yeah, go for it. And then you can still work with different people in the teams to actually build the data science capability. So yeah, so we will just introduce you to 3 main roles in data science team. So we have the person called data engineer, we have the data analyst, and we have the data scientist. So we will talk about each of them one by one, and then so you can see like which job you really want to be. So I will start with the data engineer. So data engineer is someone who work on the top part, which is the data discovery. So he will work on the collect part, the preparation part, and the organization part. And the technologies that data engineers use is Hadoop, Kafka, and the cloud computing technologies such as AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. So you might have heard some of this technology before. Now let's talk about the next role, which is data analyst. So the data analyst is someone who take the data to do analysis on the data. So you might have heard the word like data analytics or data analysis. That is the work for data analyst. And so what this person do is basically get the data to analyze and then try to visualize it. So it can be a dashboard or it can be a report that can go to the business team. And then the business team can make a decision based on it. So technologies that data analysts use are Excel or Google Sheets, which someone might use every day. So yeah, if you like that too, then please feel free to become like data analyst. I think that's very valuable. And if you are if you are more keen to build like the dashboard or report for the business team, then you can look into like Google Data Studio, which is free, or Tableau or Power BI, which has both had the free version and also paid version as well. All right, I will let Boy talk more about data scientists for you.
Okay, thank you, Kurt. Okay, continue on the role in the data science team. If you would like to be the data scientist in any company, so every task will be with the collecting the data, and then if you can collect the data, you can analyze them by cleaning and then extract more insights from the raw data that you collected. And then if you can realize or analyze the data, and once you extract the insights, you can put the insight or the features of the insight on the raw data and put it into the model, and then you can create the predictive model, or that's many type of the model of the machine learning. So in this case, the model can enhance your operation in any fields, and then in the advance, not only the predicts the event in the tomorrow or the futures, but you can create the decision for the CEO, for the everyone in the office, not only just create the decision, but you can also like increase the productivity for the team, or create the insight or for anyone that's related to you. And this on the below is represent like a technology or stacks of the data scientist, but it's not all that you have to go through, but just a little bit. But in this case, I would like to present that Python and R is the very effective if you would like to be as a data science or in the data science or data scientist. So it would be benefit if you learn more about TensorFlow and PyTorch to build a machine learning model. That's I think it's very benefits for this role. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah. So data scientist is like I heard it's the sexiest job of 20th century, is it?
Not. Definitely not.
No, it's kind of.
It's kind of.
All right. Yeah. So Boy, do you want to go through this?
Okay. Thank you, Kurt. Skill for data science field. Okay. Is everyone curious to know what kind of skill that this roles should have? We think that we can separate into two main skills: hard skill and the soft skill. And the definition of hard skill that the core or the fundamental that you must have if you would like to be as a data engineer or data analyst or whatever data. So hard skill is combined with the core knowledge that you have to use it in the working environment. And hard skill is easily to measure how much proficient that you have, and hard skill is easily to learn from your university or online course. Is definitely easy to learn. But the second is the soft skills. The soft skills is the definition of the soft skill is we think that is the additional knowledge that or that drive you distinguish from the others. For example, communication skill, presentation skill, interpersonal skill, and maybe joke skill or something like that. We think that soft skill that make you distinguish or make you better than the average persons, because we think that everyone have already have the hard skill already, but just but not all people have soft skills. So soft skill not only when you write to do something in your work, but it's really useful when you work as a team. And if you would like to to communicate with your another team or someone that's you need your help, and soft skill is very useful. Yes. And yeah, and soft skill, we think that it's hard to practice. It's hard to practice, and it's hard to find where you easily to learn.
Yeah. I totally agree. Yeah. So yeah, today we will be talking more about like hard skill and soft skill that the data science field need. And then so if you are still not sure like what skill do you need, then just let's go through it, and then maybe we'll talk about each of them.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah. So yeah.
Sure.
Go for it. It's okay.
These are the list of the hard skills that we would like to introduce to you. The first one is programming, because someone that would like to be as the part of the data loads, they have to face off programming skill. And the second is software engineering that make you professional in the coding skill, and make you we will explain more in the detail later. The big data platform development, the tools and stack that you have to face when you try to program or coding or create the machine learning model. So, and the last thing is math and statistics that you cannot avoid them. Okay, let's go on first. The first hard skill we would like to introduce all of you is the programming language. So it's like when you want to become or you step up into the data field, so there are two programming language that you have to choose. The first one is Python side, and the second is R programming language side. So it's really like I personally I write Python, and I'm not proficient in R, but in my in personally I think that you can choose both, but from the first page you cannot learn both at the same time, because it takes much too time to learn, and you can waste time because you cannot use them in the real project or apply them to gain more experience. So my suggestion is how to choose it, how to choose. You try to search the like the company that what is the what is the main or the major tools or programming language of each company that you would like to apply to them. And if the company that you would like to try, they use like R programming language, so and you want to become as the member of that company, so you go through R to be the expert of the R programming. That's it. And when I would like to want to be the part of the, for example, previously I'm the data scientist at the bank company, and the bank company previously they use Python as the major of the programming language. So I have to expert in the Python, and then I can apply it to that company. Yeah, that's it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. It's very interesting. Yeah, it's interesting comparison between Python and R. Like, yeah, for me personally, I still prefer Python because I do a lot of work in data engineering field. But yeah, I mean, if you are data scientist or data analyst, then maybe you might prefer R because R has everything that you need. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's just about the preference. Yeah. You can use any language as long as it answer your business question.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah. So let me talk about software engineering a little bit. So software engineering is more lean towards like data engineering field. So if you are from software engineering, then you might know that building a good software doesn't mean like just programming. So yeah. So previously we talked about programming, but this one is like one layer on top of the programming. So this circle is called, we call it software development lifecycle, or SDLC. So let me just talk to you through just quickly on what it is. So the first step would be, if we want to build any software, then we want to analyze the requirements. For example, if we want to build like anything data science related, then we just go talk to the business team who has the problem first. For example, I'll just give you an example. So for example, I go to the customer service team, and then they said that they need more people, but they cannot hire more people for whatever reason. So the second step would be, so that's the analysis part, right? So we understand what's the issues. And then the second step would be to design something. So for the software, so as with the business question that we have, then we start designing on what should be the solution. So for example, in previously, there was a customer service issue about like they want to scale up the way they answer people to be faster, but then they cannot increase the number of headcount. So what happened is, so in design, we can start thinking, for example, we can think about like, we might build some chatbot that can help them answer some basic questions. So they don't have to, though everyone doesn't have to become like answering everything by human. So that's the design part. And then the third part is the implementation. So we have designed the chatbot. We already know that the flow will be like this. So we start implement it using like Python language or whatever programming language that the team specialize in. So we build that one. And then and if we go to step 4 is the quality assurance, because when we build the software, then how do we know if the software is actually meet the expectation of client, right? So we have to get that get that software back to the customer service team, and then start testing with them and see if the chatbot is actually helping them. Yeah, so we can start just by like having one person playing with chatbot and then see if that help them in responding to client. And yeah, so number 5 is the deployment. So after the customer service team has said that okay, the chatbot is ready, it can go to production now. So we'll just like deploy it. So deploy means like putting it on some place that everyone can use. So for example, in this one, we can just put in like the central server that customer service, everyone in customer service team can just access it and use it. So that's the deployment part. And then the number 6 is very important one, but not many people like talk about it. So it's like support and maintenance. Because when we put the software in production, then we have to think about how do we support it, how do we maintenance it. So like nowadays, we have to think about how do we collect like the logs from, so log is like just a text file saying if the bot is running or if the bot is responding to someone. So we have to collect that one, and so we can see that how the bot is working. Maybe our software might break when there are like 100 people talking to it at the same time. So we have to closely monitor it. Yeah, so this one is the basically SDLC, so software development lifecycle. So if we want to build data system, then it's the same thing. It's just one of the software that we need to think about. How do we analyze? How do we design? How do we implement? How do we do QA? How do we deploy it? And then how do we like support and maintenance it? So that's the software engineering part. And another one that I want to talk about is the big data platform development. So you can see that on the bottom right. So that means like that it's a lot of money to spend when you want to build any platform. So it's not that you can it's not that you can just like sleep and then the next day you get like up and ready platform without doing anything or spending any money. So the left side is the classic big data system. We call it Hadoop ecosystem. So you can see that there are like a lot of technology in there, like Hadoop, HDFS. Well, there are a lot of icons in there, so you can read through it. And so yeah, so in traditional like big data platform, it's quite difficult because there are a lot of components in there. So for the modern data platform, then we try to move to like cloud computing, because cloud is like some place that has a lot of service in it. And then we can just use all the services that already provided by the cloud platform. And then it's also managed for us, so we don't have to care about like if one day someone will like kick the plug off the server and then everything will go down. Yeah. So yeah, so the major cloud provider is the AWS, so Amazon, and Azure, which is by Microsoft, and Google Cloud, which definitely by Google. And I have the Databricks icon here. So Databricks is like the very popular data platform that can allow you to write program in like Python, Scala, or different languages. So it's very convenient. But yeah, but you use it together with like the infrastructure from the top 3 clouds above. So yeah, so this is the big data platform development. So you can see that you have to understand a lot of different technologies, especially if you are data engineers. If you are data scientist or if you are data analyst, then you might not have to know everything. But if you are data engineer, then you have to know like how it works, like how the technology stack together to work as the data science in general. So yeah, I will let Boy talk about the math and stat because that's his specialty.
This one is a part of the hard skill that everyone would like to avoid, but it's not. But you cannot avoid them. So math and the statistics, I think it's not only just the people who would like to join the data field. In every field, they involve with math and statistics, but it's rely on the how proficient that you have to face them in every daily basis. So I think it all that we write down, the three topic of the math and statistics, we already know them in the secondary school. That's right. the first one is linear algebra. This one is very useful. I think 70% of this part related to the data. that you when you would like to transform the data or extract the insights of the raw data, or would like to build a model that you have to use linear algebra. And the second part is calculus. Calculus is the like the science, the math that study in the how the data change if the time change or something like that, and it's very useful when you join in the deep learning field. Okay, and the last one is the probability. That's if you would like to join the Bayesian field or something like that, you have to face it. And I think it's not hard as much as you think, and you can learn day by day. Yeah, trust me, even me. I'm not. I'm not expert.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I didn't study like calculus until I finished like 12th grade. When I go into like engineering bachelor degree, then I started learning calculus, and I was like, it's so difficult. I don't know, maybe for you it's very easy. Well,
yeah, at least you know you know lambda calculus, right? Yeah, that's the part of it.
I'm not sure. Not sure if I know it anymore. I already forgot it. Anyway, okay. Yeah, let's move on to the soft skills that we have. So yeah, you want to introduce them?
Okay, the soft skill, we would like to introduce you 4 parts: the communication and empathy, team management, project management, business mindset. So go on to the first one of the soft skills.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I can definitely talk through this.
Yeah, everyone don't understand because if you communicate or talk with someone that you don't understand, that means you don't understand it. Uka, how? Anyone who understand him? No, right? So in this case, maybe you can understand them if you don't listen by this, but you listen by heart. Yeah, that's the first thing that you have to you must have the skill is empathy. I think empathy is the most important skill for communication, because if you don't use your heart to listen, you don't understand what they would like to talk with you. And if you have the heart to understand them, and then you can, if you don't you don't expert, you are not expert in the communication or presentation skill, you have humans and body language. So you don't talk by just use only your mouth or your voice, but you can use your body language to make them feel comfortable, for understanding, for easily to communicate. And then if they feel comfortable to talk with you or to communicate with together, you have the skill like the encourage them to understand you more, and you can understand them more. Yeah, that's the list of I would like to list you down for communication skills. Okay, the next one.
Yeah, well, I just want to add that, like, in terms of communication, when we work in data science field, then you actually face like different types of people. It could be the technical people who you understand your language very well. Like you can just tell them there's this basically there's some function, there's some class that you can use, blah blah blah. But then there's also another type, which is like non-data people. So yeah, so I guess communication come into like play when we talk more to the non-data people. Sorry. Yeah. So because we have to understand like what they're not just trying to be like not understanding us. They're just like their expertise is just in different fields. So we have to understand and then try to adapt our language to match them, or try to make them understand. For example, like just partially explain to them like what is this dashboard or what is this function in Excel or whatever. Yeah, so that's the key to good communication. Just make them feel safe, and then try to be put yourself in their shoes.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Thank you, Fred.
Yeah, so on the team management, sure. Well, apart from communicate and then try to make other people like talk to you, then you also have to work on the skill on team management. So team management means it's not just like if you are a manager then you have to manage someone, but if you are like junior, just join the company, you also have to manage expectation of your boss. You also have to manage like the communication between yourself and the colleague, right? So so the number one key important thing is like the people in there. So if you have good people in your team, then and then try to like make them understand you, then that's the first step of everything. And the next one is like be a good listener. So because I think most people try to speak, and if everyone try to speak, then no one understand each other, right? So I think the first step would be to be someone that has a good skill to listen to what people say, and then try to grasp on like what do they mean actually. Like maybe they might say something, but they might mean different things. So that's a very good skill to have. And setting directions. So the third one is more for the managers. So if you are the team manager, then you have to be able to set direction of like where your team wants to go, and then you have to communicate that directions to the team member as well. For example, you want this thing to be complete, then you have to work with different people on setting directions, and then setting expectation on what they need to do by which time. And the next one is the recognition. So so when you work as a team, then if you see someone that actually did very well, then you have to start trying to make sure that you show that you recognize his or her effort. And that's very important when you are actually building the good team that want to cooperate with you. And I guess I'm not sure about the last 2 points. Boy, do you want to explain more?
Okay. Thank you, Fred. I would like to additional more to detail about cheering. And cheering is when you have a team and you set together the direction that you would like to go on. So cheering is let's imagine that for example, this project has 1 month to go to finish, and sharing that when the first day of the project, everyone have the good mood, have happy to do, and they have energy. They are not exhausted. So when the time gone by, day by day, week by week, the energy of your team will be decreased. So sharing is the skill for team that makes make the team's energy consistent. So this one is very useful to keep your team to finish all the project on time, and keep because team management is not like it's not just it's not focused on finish the task, but you have to carrying the people or your team to go on, not just this project, but continue in the more advanced. And the last one is emotional management. For example, there are two sides that you have to see. The first one is you have if you are manager or you are senior or something like that, so you have to take care team, and when you have meeting or maybe set up or maybe listening from the problem from your team, you have to carefully listening and you have to like when you jump to join the meeting, so you have to remove like a bad emotion. You have to be like, oh, today is the very first day of my job, something like that, and you go through the meeting with your team and make the meeting feel like cozy and make feel warm for everyone, just something like that. Let's assume that if you cannot remove your bad emotion and you jump into the meeting with all the people that you have to take care, you lost your team, even you also. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
all I
guess
would
that's that's a very important thing. And then like if you just like go angry with people, then they will be like, why are you angry with me? And then they will just not cooperating. So if you want someone to cooperate with you, then like take care of them first, and then they will take care of you.
Yeah.
All right. I really like this.
This one is the part that I really love it. I really love this picture very much. And okay, the soft skill is the project management. Project management is the part that you have to take care your tasks to finish on time. Not only when you become a senior or lead or manager or something higher level, but any level you have your own tasks and you have to finish or manage them to whatever to finish on time. So project management, the first one is the prioritization. You have to prioritize anything. If you luckily, if you are in the big enterprise, you are just like the small gear that you have to take care just only your tasks. Luckily, you can plan to finish them on time. On the other hand, unfortunately, if you are uh, in the startups or maybe a small business or small company, if you plan just for example 3 tasks to finish on the next week or next month, when time's gone, when the day gone, so you have many ad hoc and you have to take care of your tasks. You have to take care another department tasks. You have to get the request from those, from this, from that. That's the first skill that you have to manage. Which one is the most important thing you have to finish first, and its impact is very most effective to if you don't do this, you cannot take another task to do it or something like that. The second thing is leadership skill. The leadership skill is when you become to more higher level or senior or some whatever. Project management, you have to understand your capability of your team, and you can manage them like this one they can handle it, or this one they cannot handle it. So you can like allocate tasks to the person who can good at that, good at those or something like that. And you have to like the art of the communicate that this task is very important thing for you because you're good at this, you're good at that, and then you can if you would like to change or allocate this task to the someone that not good at, you can do like you can like motivate them to training or arrange the training session for everyone in your team to become more good at in everything. And the third is the list management. The list management is when you get any ad hoc or any task that that's interrupt your planning. You have to prioritize that this thing is make you list or is not make you list about interrupt like the timeline that this one you have to finish on time and this one you can um, get it out or eliminate them or postpone to the next sprint or something like that. And list management is not just you allocate the tasks. You understand your team that what is the weak point of your team, and then you have like you improve, you enhance your the weak point of your team member, and you can avoid them, and you have to enhance the weak point to become more stronger, like to eliminate something that's make list for team or something like that. And the list management, for example, I have the case, if you have the member, for example, if you have the member that they don't talk too much or don't have to communicate with team or another team, but he had the skill, he had good at like the coding skill or proficient in some algorithms or something like that. So when you manage tasks, you have to choose the task to the right person or something like that, and you don't give the task for him to communicate or to deal with the other team or something like that. And the last but not least is expect the unexpected. This one is I learned too much when I come to startup company, because every sprint that we are planned, we have already planned, it will be it will be interrupted by any another plan that rapidly change. So when you plan, you have to prepare the time for the unexpected event that will become. For example, if you one sprint they are 2 weeks, right? So then you have like 10 days to finish the task on each sprint. So you think first that you have to prepare like 2 or 3 days for ad hoc, and then you plan the left day for your master plan or something like that. And the last one is emotion management is the same as the previous. That's you when you join the meeting, you have to remove all your emotion, your bad emotion. Just keep the positive thinking and keep every fun or maybe fun fact come to join every meeting. Yeah, that's it for project management. Anything else for Perth on the project?
Yeah, actually experienced like a lot of the unexpected part, because like normally I work every week, and then well, we did plan for the next week, right? Like we're gonna say like, okay, next week we're gonna build this and that. But when the next week come, is always different for some reason. So yeah, so for example, there will be some teams need some help, and then we will be like, we have to allocate someone to help them. Or there might be some issue, for example, we are expecting something to come. Like we might expect like the data to come on this day, but then the data might not come. So yeah, so that's just the reality of working in like data science field. So you can never expect. Well, I guess the most expectable thing is the unexpectable. I put it that way. Yeah, so I mean, if you like fast-moving workplace, if you like something that like if you are someone who likes flexible, then yeah, join data science field. I think it's fun. All right. And this one's the last one.
Okay, the last one of the soft skill for if you want to be at a part of the data job, business mindset is the I think it's very important thing that make you curious and good at the communication when you talk with the business guys or the C level or managers or the people who are in the different departments, so you can understand them how they work, how business goes, or for example if you uh, business mindset is for example if you want to join data as a data analyst, it's very important thing more than coding skill or programming skill, because you have to communicate to the data that you see or you extract in the insight to communicate with the 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 manager and make it clear that this data drive us to have to do this or to do left or to do right to do something that uh, data come from. But the first one for me, I think personally, I think that you have to understand the visualization skills. The visualization skill can have actually they are, I think it's art and science, because you can lie everyone by using the trick the tricky graph to make them to make them think oppositely or something like that. And I think is the another thing is the ability to detect something that anomaly or something that error that come from the data that is not make sense. For example, if for example, if you you see the dashboard that for the daily for the daily the revenue daily report the revenue daily report, and you see the number is around $1,000 something like that. And when you check again in the dashboard weekly revenue dashboard, you see that uh, the value of each weekly is become like 100K USD. Something wrong, right? Because for each day you gain just 1,000, but for weekly you get 100K dollar. So it's not make sense, because you can think quickly, right? Um, for example, daily 1,000, and if you think weekly, it should be 7,000. For example, in this case, yeah.
Sorry, I'm just trying to hide this taskbar. I just get in the way. Anyway, I just go. Okay.
Okay, for this one, all of this, I personally, we personally think write down about the frame, crack down on write down or the framework of the data science projects. So everyone, when they know about the data science law, they would like to and then they need, like they have extra uh, super expectation or something like that. They need us to generate revenue or to produce money for them that we don't have like a hack code to generate the revenue for you, right? But we can write down about how when you would like to create or initiate project. So this point I think is very useful for you to pick up and to present to manager, to CEO, to everyone that's higher level than you. So the first one is extract insights from raw data. So when people when manager or people hire you to be in the data, they expect you to like use the alchemist skills to turn the to turn the maybe junk data to turn to the gold data or value data. That I think it's the good point, because if in the company there's no the people who has no the data skill or the coding skill, yeah. In this case, for example, extract the insight. For example, if they have if you are in the marketing company and the marketing company has no like has they would like to you to create the segmentation of the customer in order to create campaign and to promote uh, to promote each campaign for each segment of the customer, but they cannot do by themselves. So they hire us to extract the insight, how many group of the segment of the customer should be, or maybe how the persona of each segment should look like, or something like that. So you can create and you can help them like this. The second is find opportunities in the data. For example, increase the revenue. Yes, everyone expect you. Increase revenue is look like when, for example, if you are in the retail companies. In the retail company, you have many items. You have many items, and you have many customers that buy something for you, that buys the item or product from you. So in this case, when you would like to create campaign or personalization campaign, you can create like a recommendation system or recommendation engine that provide the suitable campaign that or relevant campaign to the customer, and you can rank this one should have the campaign A, and those guys should get the campaign B or something like that in order to increase the conversion rate. So if you can create model like recommendation system or propensity model that you can understand that these people have the potential, these people is the potential customer that they're gonna buy, you can convert more conversion rate, and then you can increase the revenue for your companies as well. The second is if you cannot create or find any way to increase the revenue, so why you don't optimize or decrease cost by optimization? So this is the part when you become or join in the. Personally, I think in the supply chain logistics is face too much project about optimization. So, for example, if you would like to forecasting the demand, to forecast the demand that you have to get or to sell or to buy or something like that, you can focus. You can create model for forecasting model, something like that, or you might create the optimize like the route of the rider that for example in the Grab or Uber or something like that they have the business like rider how to say the people that buy something for
delivery business.
Yes, you can optimize the route to short the time and to decrease time for buying something like that. And the third thing is increase productivity. If you cannot convert, if you cannot increase revenue, or you cannot decrease revenue The third one, I think you can increase productivity for your team, not only your team, for the whole company, such as you can automate something that make people easily to work. For example, I have experience in the NLP field. I I can help the analyst team that they have to lead to lead news in order to analyze that this news make the stock up or down. So in this case, we can build the summarization news in order to summarize the all news that and extract the insight for them. For example, if previous they in the past they have to read every news one for example 8 hours per day. If we can build like a summarization model, they just use only 15 minutes to digest them. Yeah. And another thing is coaching and training. I think it's very useful when, because you have the data skill, you have data mindset, you have coding skill, you can train them in order to buy any course, or maybe you hire uh you you buy consult, or you buy uh some another company for training your company. I think it's good um to train in-house. And the next thing is invest in building internal team. I think this one is when you would like to create. For example, you if the company you have has that there is no data science, data engineer, or whatever data team. So and you would like to create project some project in your company, and you need data team, but you don't have. So in order to hire consult to do this project or create this just one project, you compare and you hire the data team. I think this data team can cut down the cost with the cost of this project too much, and not and because if you hire consult, you have to not only pay about the project, you have to pay like a maintenance or something that subscription that they need you to subscribe more to go on your service, their service or something like that. And the last thing is research and development. If you have team, don't make them just do only the routine or something. I I personally I think that this research and development R&D is very important thing for the data science, data engineer, data analyst, or data team field that I think prepare them, or maybe 1 day, 2 day for learn something or create initiate any new value for the company. I think all of this we think that this is a framework for you to start with the data science projects.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, I really agree with this data science framework, and then I hope, like, I really wish that I knew this before I actually started working in data science field, because like many of different things, like many of these things are like very, very important. And then yeah, we all want to like go into like trying to make more value for the company. I guess like this framework is really helpful. Yeah. All right. I guess because we have 20 minutes left, then I just like wrap this up, and then we could go to Q&A, because there are a lot of Q&A in. Yeah. So yeah. Well, after listening to this, then I hope you want to join us in data science field. Well, if you still say no, then I just have to say that like we found that every day that we work in data science field, then we just learn something new every day. I think Boy can Boy can confirm on this. Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, we promise like if you are someone who like learning new things, then yeah, please join us, and then yeah, I think you'll be very happy in data science field. But yeah, just want to say that data science is not for everyone. So yeah, you can try, and then you can see if you like it or not. Then if you don't like it, then that's totally fine. So yeah, yeah, please try.
See him.
All right, then we have around 15 minutes left. Then yeah, do you want to go through the Q&A? I'm not sure if I share this thing on the screen. Will everyone see it or not? Can anyone type in the chat if you see the Q&A questions or not, or is it only me?
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, do you see it on the screen?
Yep.
Okay.
Question and answers. So
Yeah.
let's do one by one.
Okay, no, it just have to be quick because it's like we have 15 minutes. All right, then. I'm not sure, is it like order by the time?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, so the first one is like, can you explain about AI engineer job related or different to data science job? So AI engineer is basically someone who help, well, they can be data science, they can be data scientists who like know, and then know some fields about data engineer as well. So AI engineer is more like someone who build data science model and also deploy it. So it's like kind of mix of both fields. That's from my understanding. Yeah, but I mean, it's very different from company to company on how they define AI engineer. Some company may define them as some like data engineer with the skill to help on machine learning. Yeah, but some company may be like, okay, we want someone who can do AI model and also can deploy it. Like everyone, like many people in one person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Totally agree with you. It depends on the each company.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So the next one is like, I see you mentioned data scientists use TensorFlow. How about scikit-learn? Is that thing used a lot in real work life? Because I use scikit-learn mostly for in my school. Yeah. What do you think?
Okay. Personally, I start with scikit-learn. Okay. Don't feel so sad because I start with like you use scikit-learn to learn more about machine learning. So, but personally, if you understand clear more about scikit-learn, about the machine learning, how it works, so you become to learn more in the TensorFlow framework or PyTorch to be more efficient, to be more skill software engineer skill, because it's very effective more than scikit-learn. Yeah.
All right. So that's the second question. Yeah. So well, if you have more questions, then feel free to just shoot that in the Q&A. Then yeah, we will try to wrap up in 15 minutes and then try to answer everything if we can. Cool. Do you have a practical example to demonstrate the how of each role? So well, we don't want to go into that detail yet, just because there are a lot of like more details into how each role do. So but please feel free to research more. Please feel free to just like ask us specifically on which role that you are interested in, so that we can like I think answer into more details on this. Right. So yeah, the next one is, there are a lot of tech stack in data engineering field. What are the most fundamental hard skills to have as junior data engineer, and what are the problems you face on a regular basis? Well, so if you are starting as a data engineer, then the first thing I would recommend is like trying to understand how do you build your own data pipeline. So data pipeline is like the heart of the work that data engineer usually do. But yeah, but it really depends on different teams. Like some teams may build platforms, some teams may build just the pipeline. But yeah, but if you build pipeline, then you understand like you have to get some data from data source, and the data source can be different types. So it could be like API, it could be CSV, it could be Excel file. So you have to understand how do you like get them into the same system. And also if you build like data pipeline, then you will also learn about database and data warehouse, or even data lake. So you have to think about how do you store that, and then how do you best put that in the form that anyone can use. So I guess that's the most fundamental hard skill. So it's like, yeah, if you just research about how do you build data pipeline, then I guess that's just the starting point to become like the junior data engineer. All right. In programming language, Julia or Golang is must as well. What do you think, boy?
Personally, I think Golang, because when you have you your department have to communicate or to create the code that communicate with the software engineering team. So in this case, Golang is suitable. Is I think it's familiar with the software engineering team, and if you would like to create like such API or to do something communicate with to those department, maybe Golang is better solution for you more than Julia.
Yeah, I guess Julia is quite new, is it? Well, it's not new anymore because it's like several years. But I mean, Julia community is still growing. And then, yeah, if you are interested in data science, I would prefer, well, I would recommend like Python or R as the starting point. Yeah, I think Julia or Golang can be good if you know it, but I mean, it's not a must. Yeah. Can you please share the data flow and data architecture your company have? I guess that's like behind the company secret, so I don't think we can share.
Sorry, nah.
Yeah, well, but I mean, definitely, if you want to look into like more data flow and data architecture, then I think a lot of companies share it. Like a lot of big companies share it. For example, if you search for like Uber data architecture, then you will find many different interesting things. And also, I think like Airbnb also has like very good like slides on how they build their architecture. All right, I think work in data is very famous today. I want to ask, what do you guys think about this and how the job seeker handle this situation?
Yeah, I think so. It's very hard to find someone that click in your requirements.
Yeah. I mean, it's very famous, but then I think to get a job in the company, then you really have to understand like what's the company looking for, look for. And yeah, try to get your skill up to the level that it matches. Like for example, some company might need senior people to lead the team, but some people might just need some junior people to just like start working and then try to build a team. So yeah, so it really depends on company to company. Yeah, so just go around and try to see like, because different company has different situation. It's not just like everyone want the same person. Yeah, you could be overqualified, which is totally like normal. Yes. How do you become data scientist from biology background? This one is interesting.
It's such a long time. It's such a long story, but we don't have enough time to tell you.
I guess short story is like a boy finished study in biology and become become like digital marketer. Is it?
Yeah.
Is that correct? And then
I become the digital marketer and then apply more in the master degrees about big data engineering fields. And then when I not graduate, you can go on to data fields.
Yeah. So that's the short story of it. But then if you have more questions, then feel free to ping him on this facebook.com/rpg so you can talk more.
You can follow us, follow me.
Oh, this one is my Facebook, by the way. So yeah, feel free to just follow us and then feel free to ping us in English or Thai. It's okay. Yeah. Okay. My major in college is computer science. Shall I enroll in data science major to become data scientist?
Actually, yes. Even me, I'm biotechnologist. I can become.
Yeah. I guess like data science major, I'm not sure what they teach in it, but I mean, definitely like just get it's the good way to get your toe into it and then try to build the skills that you need. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, feel free to ask more because I mean there will be more skills that you need. For example, like math that you might not have in computer science. So I'm not sure. Maybe computer science study about calculus as well. Yeah, not too sure.
I think a lot.
Yeah, because my background is like automotive engineer, and then we have to study a lot of calculus. We have to study a lot of physics. Yeah, so, but I didn't use it nowadays though. All right, data science. Oh well, so this one is in Thai. So but it's basically about like data science field. What can we use? What can you use data science for, and then what role? Okay.
I think we present on the framework.
I guess we already went through like the roles in the data field, and then yeah, what we can do is like, yeah, also in the framework that we presented before. So I guess that's the answer. But I mean, if that you have different questions, then feel free to throw that in. Oh, we have 47 questions and 8 minutes. I don't think we can finish it, but we will try. How much do we need to know regarding linear algebra and calculus to be data engineer or data scientist?
Okay. Do you understand about the matrix, the characteristic of the like scalar or matrix or tensor, how to plus, how to multiply, how to linear transformation or something like that? I think it's basically.
So that is the linear algebra part, is it?
That's
and then and then how about calculus part?
How about calculus? Just only like dy by dx, the differential of the sum by something like that. That's it.
Right. Yeah. So that's like calculus 1, and then linear algebra is like I think everything in linear algebra mostly.
Yeah.
Okay. In your opinion, which is more important between hard skill or which is more important between hard skill or soft skill? I think it has to go together. It cannot be just like which one is more important, because if you want to actually work, not just like work by yourself programming like in your dark room the whole time, then you actually need to learn about how to do like team management, how to talk to people. Yeah, I guess that's I guess that's like something that people don't understand about data science field. Yeah, people might think they are just a different programmer, but it's actually more than programmer. Like you have to actually understand people and then try to like communicate with them as well.
Yes.
Yeah. And then like trust me. Yeah, and trust me, you will find so many different types of people. Yeah, that's DataTH app IG account. No, we don't have Instagram. Sorry, I just don't know what to post in Instagram.
But you will.
Or TikTok. All right. Okay. Couple of questions. Well, not sure if we can answer everything, but yeah. What a company. Okay, I will just answer the first one if that's okay. What are the example cases that need a scientist to solve that kind of problem, like in e-commerce or fintech company? What are the scope that data scientists could solve?
We already talk about. We already answers in the framework of the data science project slide already.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess if you need like if the person needs like the more specific example, then in e-commerce it could be like you know Amazon. So Amazon is like very popular in terms of they build the AI for the recommending the product. For example, when you shopping inside Amazon website, then you will see like people usually buy this with that, or this one is a recommended product. And trust me, it's really work just because like I try to search for just my table, right? And then I got like everything else. I got the webcam, I got like the standing mat just to go with this table. Yeah, so I think that is very effective and very efficient way to use AI.
There are many cases.
Yeah, and yeah, this one is question to P-Boy. So from a non-coding background, what or how did he present to the recruiter that made him start his coding job?
Made him start his coding job. So how to present? It's rely on the company that expect you or send you the examination to test you. And for example, if you don't have the coding background and you have to face like the live coding, that I think it's very hard. Even me, I have experience in the coding, but it's not much. But when I have live coding test, I think it's also hard for me. And but you can improve it day by day. Day by day, I mean consistently, yours. And you can do it.
Yes, you can do it. Why not, right? I mean, yeah. If you are really interested to work in data field, then yeah, just put more effort, and then because I think no one wants to become data scientist, right? They have to put a lot of effort in and try to build the skill.
Yes.
yeah, no one become data engineer, data analyst or whatever. Yeah, we all just have to put the effort and then try to build up from there. Right, you said earlier, listening skill, we have to understand what people say and sometimes what they said and what their meaning are different. So how do we identify if their meanings are different on their example? So well, so these two things is different things. So for listening skill, like you have to become very good listener. So you have to keep listening to them and then try to understand like what they might be what they might understand, what they might be trying to tell you. And yeah, and for like from the point that I said, like what they said and what their meaning might be different, is because sometimes depending on the culture and depending on like the person as well. Sometimes when they talk in the team, they might say one thing, but if you actually talk to them like one-on-one, then they will say different things. So yeah, just keep approach them in different ways and then try to get that answer. Okay, then I guess like just a matter of time. We have like 2 minutes left. I guess I will just go to the next 5 questions if that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, this one. All right.
We work on our
sorry?
communication.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
How can we work? Yeah. Okay. How can we work on our communication and become more empathic person? What do you think?
For me, how can we work our communication? The first thing, you have to be the good listener and take care more take more carefully to listening to listen someone. Maybe you can talk or practice communicate with your best friend. It's more comfortable to start with.
Yeah, well, yeah, I just want to also want to add that like it's I guess many people, well, I think everyone when we just grow up, then we don't really understand how do we become the better communication person. Then yeah, just try to practice and then also read the book called I think Crucial Conversation. I guess that Crucial Conversation. I just put that in the chat. That book is like very helpful in terms of how do you deal with the very like serious serious situation. Crucial communication. Yeah.
Soft skill, it has to practice because it's no situation. There is no much situation to practice.
Yeah, and it's not like there's a course that you can just go through it and then you can become the better communication. Like yeah, you have to practice and then like yeah, like the book that I just post in the chat is also very helpful. So yeah, please go through it and then you might find something very interesting. All right. The next one. Well, so we just go for the last 4. So from data engineer, data scientist, and analyst, which one is the most needed now in company?
Every low.
Yeah, I guess it's really depending on like the stage of the company at that moment. So for example, if the company just started and then they already have data, but they don't have someone to actually show what's inside data yet, then the company might hire like data analysts first to just start it on that work. But then when the company start to like want to get serious into the data science, then they want to hire data engineer to build the platform, and they want to hire data scientists to build like the model on top of it. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I guess like for most company, they might start with analyst and then they can go from analyst to engineer and scientist.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah. Okay, and how usually our soft skill tested during the interview? How to practice on them?
I have some example.
Okay.
Week ago, I and my team interview with the candidate, and so I have 2 person. The first person they prepare slides to talk to present to us, and the second one they don't prepare the slide to present to us. I think the soft skill is it makes sense to test. Maybe they have good at presentation, and maybe someone they cannot, they just answer us. They don't ask ask the interviewer they don't ask the interviewer to give to ask more for more detail or something like that. They just wait on, like they don't have like two way of communication or and I think they should have to go to communities, just some community and and do you, maybe the question is about is asked about uh, how about your communities, or maybe if 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 I call to your friend, uh, 3 persons, and how about what your 3 best friend will call you or will describe you or something like that. And how to
Awesome.
practice.
No, yes. Well, so yeah, if you want to have the slide, then I will post the link in like 5 minutes after we wrap up. So yeah, please hang on for a while. Yeah.
Moreover, for soft skill, it's very hard to, as I mentioned previously, soft skill is hard to find where you to learn.
Yeah, and it's hard to like, yeah.
It's very more difficult to find the situation or the environment that make you comfortable to practice with. That's why you have to firstly find your best friend and practice with them, with him, with her, with something.
Yeah. Yeah, and also practice at work will also help you a lot as well. Like when you actually go into the project and you find different types of person, and you will start learning how to approach different people. I guess that's the gist of it. Yeah. And okay, so we'll just go to the last two. So what are some example projects to work on and list them on my resume? Parenthesis, I'm new to data science.
Slowly, anything.
Yeah. I would recommend like getting some free data set. So there are many places you can get free data set, and especially if you are in the, well, I'm not sure where you are from, but yeah, so in different countries, there will be the place called like open data set. So for example, in Thailand, we have DataTH, where you can like go and download like whatever data that like from government themselves. So you can just start playing with, download and then start playing with it. Like you can just use like Google Data Studio to go using it, or you can just use like R or Pandas in Python to start like playing around and try to find what you need.
Yes. Yeah. Anything you can create your own project.
Yeah. Let me put that. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I guess that's, and then so the last one is there a certificate for data science field at all?
For me, in my experience to apply the data science and this job, no one asked me about the certification. That's it.
Yeah, okay. So I guess that's the end of the Q&A. And then, well, if you have more questions, then feel free to like contact us on this Facebook.
With DataTH.
Yeah. Or that the logo is also work as well. All right. Just wrap up, and yeah, feel free to give us feedback here on this bit.ly/Shopee workshop feedback. Yeah, it would be very helpful if you can just give us like, is it good or bad, or like if there is anything you think we could put like more effort in or whatever. Yeah. Or you like which part, or maybe you like the GIF, you maybe like the animation, that kind of thing. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, if you want to have the slide, then please wait for like 5 minutes. I will shorten the link and then share with that in the chat. Yeah, just please hang on. Well, yeah. So yeah, Nuru asked, yeah, so I already put the feedback link in the chat room. So yeah, please do the feedback and then give me 5 minutes. I will shorten the link. I just stopped sharing my screen. Let's look at our face for a bit. Let me share the link with you, Charlie. Yeah, and thank you so much for joining. By the way, yeah, it's our first time presenting in English. So yeah, if you have anything, then feel free to comment. It's good or bad, or is it understandable? Or yeah. Well,
thank you everyone นะครับ
I like your future. Okay. Okay, let me share the link.
so lovely not just only Thai people นะ listen us there are many people foreigners
Yeah, I really like that we have like a lot of people from different countries. And yes, feel free to like if you have any. I think the different countries might have different market for data science, but yeah, I guess the hard skill and soft skill would be very similar, or maybe the same. Form has option to feedback on this. Oh. Yuri, could you please help on this comment? So there's no feedback on the feedback option for this workshop.
Okay, could you please scroll down and find the workshop names from the link that Perth shared before? Let me share the screen.
Oh, okay. Usefulness of data by DataTH in Thai. Okay. Yes, I guess, well, that is like the very original title that we submit like a few weeks ago, I guess. Yeah, that's okay.
The first one that submit, oh, sorry for that.
Yeah, no worry. Yeah, so yeah, everyone, yeah, sorry about that. Please select this session by the name of Usefulness of data by DataTH in Thai. Well, it's actually turned into how to become data engineer in 2021.
Yeah. Oh, sorry for that. I don't see it.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, sorry, boy, you are not. I think you are muting.
Oh, sorry. Can you put down your URL?
Yeah, it's already inside that the chat.
I mean your web browser, your domain.
Oh, you mean my website?
Yeah, maybe someone confused about how to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I already answered the chat message. Yeah, thank you, CTC. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Yui and Off as well who organize this. Yeah, it's very fun, I guess. I guess it's fun for everyone.
Okay, on behalf of Shopee Colleagues Team 2021, thank you, Perth from DataTH from Big Data RPT for sharing with us today. Lastly, could you please scan the QR code or clicking the link in the chat below that Perth sent you before. And see you there in the Code League 2021 and cheers for you guys.
Yeah.
To get the biggest prize.
Yeah, good luck everyone for joining the competition, and yeah, I hope you win. And then if you win, then please don't forget about us. And then yeah, feel free to buy us something.
And Kun Perth and Kun Boy can be a coach.
Oh, it's gonna be very fun for the next month to come. Yeah, it's starting next month, is it? Next week, I think.
Okay, and the session will be closed in the 1 minute. Okay. Thank you all of you guys for the participant and the speaker, and goodbye for this session today.
Yeah, thank you everyone for coming. I guess, and I hope you get like everything that you like. Have a good day.
Have a nice day ครับ everyone. Someone asked me about why you create the names.
What's
like
that?
someone asked me before leaving. Someone asked me about, why your page name contain RPG. What does it mean? It stands for low pay game because I'm addict at game.
Feel free to like follow us or just come to talk to us in our page. Then we'll be very happy to talk to you.
If anyone would like to join us in the game, so you can join us or chat with me or chat with Perth if you want to play like Genshin Impact or maybe ROV or something.
I try not to play the game anymore, the Genshin Impact, but it's very addictive. It's good game though, I have to say.
I saw you.
I guess Yui and Off maybe like I think type that in Thai as well, like just the latest question on the topic. Thank you so much as well. And see you. Bye.
Bye bye.